Again, it's the little things like this that save time. A lot of people say, oh no, I don't have time to meal prep. Bullshit. Hell yeah, you have time to meal prep. You're just wasting it doing something else. You binge watching Netflix when you could be meal prepping? Yeah, it only takes less than an hour. It's not that much. It's not a deal breaker. I don't know what y'all are complaining about. And again, if you don't want to look at it time-wise, look at it money-wise. Either you meal prep some good meals at home and take them with you to go, or you're breaking the bank, having to go out to eat every single day. I mean, you do the math, whether it be time or money or both, because time is money. Either way, if you don't meal prep, you're losing. But that's just my honest opinion. Do you, buddy? What's up, everyone? Chef David here, back in the kitchen. Got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos, because remember, we got new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so don't miss out. So as I previously reintroduced myself as Chef David, you already know what it is, meal prepping. We're going to get 4 days worth of food, good, decent amount of meals. The amount of meals is gonna vary from person to person and goal to goal. So whatever your goal is, reflect your meals based off of that. But when it comes to meal prepping, name of the game is time efficiency, all right? We wanna save time and we wanna make sure that what we're doing is efficient. So step number one, I'm pretty sure many of you are gonna be cooking some type of meat, whether it be about fish, chicken, turkey, steak, whatever it is. Whatever it is you're gonna be cooking it in, whether it be on the pan, whether it be on the grill, whether it be in the oven, preheat that first. That's gonna be the longest step out of everything that we're gonna be going over today. So whatever it is that you're cooking your protein in, preheat it right away. Me personally, as we're speaking right now, I'm talking about this very moment, right here, right now, that grill is heating up. And what do we got right here? Boom, we got some nice chicken breasts. So everything is already cut up, it's been filleted, and I'd like to point this out. We're talking about time efficiency. I want this shit to cook as fast as possible. Let's see if y'all can look at this right here. These chicken breasts, not only did we butterfly them, that's pretty much, you cut them in half to make them a little bit thinner, but we also put like these little scores in them. You see, it's got all these little cuts. Again, the heat will get in there a lot quicker and it will cook a lot faster. So pre-score it, a couple slices this way, a couple slices that way, and then boom. Afterwards, let's get them all right there. Remember, anytime you're gonna be touching chicken, you want to make sure you wash your hands immediately. We don't wanna get the salmonella everywhere. We wanna be a little bit sanitary, all right? So make sure we got all them chicken juices off. Wipe the hands. It's time to season these bitches. So what do we got here? I'm gonna put oil, salt, and pepper. Real simple. Me personally, I'm not a real big person on taste. I do this for purpose, not for pleasure. I don't care if my food is, you know, flavorful. I blend it all, believe it or not, in the blender. I put 24 ounces of water and I put all the rice and the chicken in there and I drink it because no one's got time to be eating that many times a day. So regardless of what seasoning I put, I'm not gonna taste it once I blend it. I'm gonna be going with avocado oil. Now, if you wanna be going with oils, I highly suggest that you know, maybe stay away from the vegetable oil. It's not the healthiest. Yes, this costs a little bit more. You can also go with olive oil, but keep in mind, it's an investment in your health. If you don't have money right now to invest in your health, how are you gonna get money in the future to pay for your medications and hospital bills? Just want to point that out there. Afterwards, we're going to be putting salt. And when it comes to salt, it's one of those things where a lot of people say, oh no, you don't want to put a lot of salt in there. No, it's too much. But you got to keep in mind, salt, your body needs it. That's what it needs to stay hydrated, to retain your water. When you're replenishing yourself after you work out, or during your workout, I should say, it's not just water you're drinking. It's salt, amongst other things. When you go to the hospital and you get an IV, is it just water they're pumping into your blood system? No, it's also salt, amongst other things. And then finishing it off with some pepper. So I got all the seasonings in there. All I got to do now is just get all of this mixed in, evenly coated. Again, I found just doing it this way is a lot faster than laying all the chicken breasts out like that and then just seasoning each one at a time. Now, just put everything in one bowl and just mix it in. Just make sure you flip the ones that are at the bottom to the top. If you see one that has a little bit more seasoning than the other, kind of spread it across the other ones. Afterwards, wash your hands, and it's time to go throw them on the grill. Again, the grill was preheating this whole time, so it should be good to go. Time to throw the chicken on the grill. It's already nice and hot. And this is a beautiful sound right here. There's nothing more that I love than the sound of, you know, some meat right on the grill. I mean, I'm gonna put the mic down there. Hopefully y'all are able to hear this. Just listen. Shh, 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 shh. Listen. Oh, that sound right there. That's what it is right there. So I would like to point this out. If you're gonna be meal prepping, we've already emphasized that we're trying to save as much time as possible. It shouldn't be taking you realistically more than an hour to prep like a week's worth of food at a time. I will like to say, if you have access to a grill, please go with the grill. If not, an oven. Why am I avoiding the pan? It's because if you have a lot of food to cook, you want obviously something that fits all of it in one go. So luckily, this grill fits all the chicken in one go, because there's been times where I prep even more food or even more chicken because it was for more days or there was more meats or whatever it was. And there's only so many chicken breasts I can fit on here, so many steaks I can fit on here, and I had a couple laying around. So I have to wait until these cook and then afterwards take them off and put the new batch in there. So if you could find something where you can cook them all in one go, please do so. I mean, it just saves the time. Instead of having to do 2 batches, just make it all in bulk. Just do it all in one shot. You literally save half the time that way. So once you're done with leaving your meat on the grill, leave it. A lot of people, man, they're just opening and closing, opening, closing. Man, let your food cook. Just let it be. Protein's done, out the way. Now we gotta emphasize the carbs, because again, you can't just be eating protein all day, all right? Don't listen to all these bodybuilders where they say, oh, protein, protein, protein. That's the only thing that matters. No, you got proteins, carbs, and fats. They're all equally as important. So we're gonna keep it simple. Rice. I mean, it's real fast to eat, to make, real easy to digest. What more do you want? So ideally, it'd be good if you have an actual rice cooker, which I do, but actually for the amount of rice that I'm gonna be making, I actually wanna, I'm gonna have to use the pan. I'm gonna have to go old school and just cook up the rice in here. But essentially it's the same concept. You put whatever liquid in it, you put the rice in, let it sit. So most people actually go with water, but I'm not basic that way. I'm gonna add a little bit more. So instead of actually letting my rice cook in water, I'm gonna go with chicken stock right here. I know y'all see that Kirkland chicken stock right there. Why exactly am I doing this? Well, first off, it adds more flavor. It's not so mundane. It's not so boring compared to just regular water. I swear, the one thing I hate though is this thing takes forever to come out. Just squeeze the box, let it come out fast. All right, so other than the flavor, which it's not that big of a difference, but it's a little something. But I mean, like I said, I'm not real big on flavor. It's just a little something, something. Afterwards, we're doing it for the health benefits. All right, so when you're just drinking water with rice, I mean, yeah, it's just water. It's good for you. Your body needs it. But what exactly is chicken stock? It gets made when you boil the bones of chicken specifically. What exactly do the bones have? Specifically, two bones when they meet together. The joints, that collagen in there. So that's what's seeping into the chicken stock. That collagen from the animal's joints, from the chicken joints, from the bones, that's what you want. I'm getting it for the benefits of the collagen that will help me out. Again, collagen, good for the hair, skin, nails, you know, we want to look out for after that stuff. It's not always about protein, carbs, and fats. We want the little things, the micronutrients. Collagen is a protein, but it's got other benefits other than just muscle building. So, done with that. I already got my rice measured out. I'm gonna be making 3 cups of raw rice, which from my experience, what I've noticed is that however much rice you actually make here, it always ends up fluffing up into 4 times the amount. So if I'm making 3 cups of raw rice, it always fluffs up to 4 times the amount, which is then essentially 12 cups of rice, which is not bad. Again, the more you do this, the more you're gonna see how fast everything will cook, the more you'll see how much of exactly everything you need. Like right now, I don't know if you noticed, but as I was pouring one, I finished the entire bottle or box, whatever you wanna call that. And then the other one, I didn't finish it. There was still some left. I mean, you can still hear. How do I know exactly how much I need? However much rice that I make, I need twice the amount of liquid, in this case, chicken stock. If you want to do water, twice the amount. And again, this one's going to vary from person to person and what your preferences are. But for me personally, I just found that's like the right consistency, because obviously you don't want to add too much water or too much liquid to the rice, because then it just ends up being really, you know, mushy and it's just unappealing. And you don't want to add too little, because then it's still hard and, you know, it's hard to chew, hard to eat. So twice the amount. So I've been doing this long enough to the point where I know when I'm pouring, I know how much is halfway through the box, because that was a brand new box. Again, the more often you do this, the more you'll get these little tricks, and it's just gonna save time like that. So I already put the rice in. I somewhat seasoned it. So I put turmeric, pepper, and salt. The salt, again, is needed to stay hydrated. Your body needs salt, all right? Afterwards, I put the turmeric. Why am I putting the turmeric? I'm glad I asked. I'm eating a lot of food. A lot of bodybuilders or just people that work out, if you're trying to grow muscle, you're gonna be eating a lot of food. Your liver is gonna take a beating because your liver has to work so hard to digest all that food. So turmeric, real good nutrient, really helps out the liver, help process all this stuff a little bit better. But here's the thing, you could eat all the turmeric in the world. If you're not eating pepper with it, you're pretty much getting nothing. You're wasting it up. Your body runs through turmeric like that. It goes through it really fast. Black pepper slows down the digestion rate, I'm using big words here. Black pepper slows down the digestion rate of turmeric, so that way your body actually has a chance to absorb it. So again, if you're gonna be eating turmeric, do it with some black pepper. And it's like the same concept when it comes to vitamin C, vitamin D, and calcium. A lot of people, they drink or eat calcium, but if you're not getting some vitamin D in there, your body's not gonna absorb it as well. It will absorb a little bit, but it's not as much. That's why we see a lot of vitamin or calcium enforced or calcium enriched orange juice, because what does orange juice have a lot of? Vitamin D. But what does it need also? Calcium. They go hand in hand together. So mixing in this rice, again, I don't know. I don't really know if the water really absorbs the rice with all the seasoning in it. So I like to mix it up just in case. And then afterwards, same concept as with the grill, cap it and let it be. Set and forget. That's another key term. If you have a rice cooker, after you put everything in, hit the lever and then boom. Just let it be. I'm gonna let that be. Give it a couple minutes. It'll be done. Now we gotta move on. So we keep talking about the protein, carbs, and fats. What exactly are those three things? Those right there are what you call the macronutrients. Again, macronutrients. Macro meaning big. But what else is essential? I'm not just talking about important. I'm talking about essential. What else does your body need that these big old bodybuilders seem to be neglecting? Micronutrients. Again, micro means small. It's not just about the protein, carbs, fat. It's not just about the big things. It's the little things that add up. The micronutrients. I'm talking about vitamins. I'm talking about minerals. Leaves. All right, fruits and vegetables, you need them in your diet. A lot of these bodybuilders, influencers, they always talk about protein is important. They always talk about, yeah, you need carbs, rice, chicken and rice. That seems to be the biggest trend. Everyone thinks it's chicken and rice. No, you need the little things. If you're gonna be eating this much food, especially if you're on a bodybuilding lifestyle or just trying to gain weight, no, you need the little things to help you digest these things, all right? You need the vitamin A, the vitamin B, vitamin C, all these things, magnesium, zinc, calcium, all of the micronutrients, you gotta get them through your fruits and vegetables, all right? Fruits, the colorful things that grow on trees and bushes. Greens, vegetables, the green things you leave at the bottom drawer of your fridge and then throw out once they go bad. Yeah, you're not supposed to be throwing them out. You're actually supposed to be eating them. A lot of you go to the market and you start saying, oh, I'm gonna get all this vegetables, I'm gonna get this, thinking you're gonna eat it. And ultimately you just let it go bad in your bottom drawer and then throw it out after. It's like, oh, darn. So actually eat them. So when it comes to meal prepping, I just like getting the 50-50 blend, spring mix blend. It's something that already comes blended up, so it's multiple vegetables. This saves me the time of having to get different types of vegetables and then chopping it up together and then putting it together as a salad. Just get the stuff that's already in the box, it's already blended. You'll be good to go. And me, honestly, usually I get the bigger box, but this is all that I was able to find, and for some reason this wrapper is not coming off. Oh my god, dude, this thing is like, couldn't just rip off all in one go. But yeah, usually the bigger box, it's like slightly a little bit more, will be enough for 8 1-cup salads. So I already know it's gonna be a little bit short, but I'm gonna try to spread it evenly amongst 8. And again, meal prepping, have it pre-portioned out for you. It saves you so much time, because if you were to just every morning when you're prepping your food for a day, when you're going to work, when you're going to school, every morning you're gonna have to take out this box. Every morning you're gonna have to open it up. Every morning you're gonna have to get a new Tupperware and then put your hand in there, put it back and forth, fill them up. Man, just do it all in one shot. Pre-portion it ahead of time. So if you're ever in a rush the next morning, all you have to do is, just open the fridge, pull one of these Tupperwares out, boom, you're good. Instead of having to go through the process of grabbing a Tupperware and the box of spinach and putting it in there. No, just make your life easier. Pre-portion it ahead of time. It doesn't take that long. Like I said, less than 1 hour, 1 day a week, is more than enough time to get all your food cooked, prepped, and ready to go for the week. Just as I figured, I was supposed to get 8 because I'm making 8 meals. So ideally I should have 8 salads to go with it, but I already knew I wasn't gonna have enough because that box was a lot smaller than the normal one I get. But regardless, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 salads. And to add on with it, I'm gonna add these right here. I cut off little pieces of ginger from the root, 1 little medallion of ginger, per salad. Again, ginger helps with the inflammation, helps with digesting food. I added in there because we're gonna be eating a lot of food. Want to make sure we are able to digest it all. As we were doing all of that inside, the meat was still cooking. So now it's time to flip it. And I like to point this out. Whenever you're cooking on a grill, there's gonna be some areas of the grill that are a little bit hotter than the rest. So instead of just flipping each piece in the spot, I like to rotate them. So the piece that's at the bottom, I rotate it, bring it to the top, and then bump everything down, just for a little bit more even cooking. Oh, right there. And like I said, leave the meat cook as you're doing everything else, because you're just gonna keep flipping it and flipping it. It's not gonna cook. All right, just keep the grill closed. That's all I'm aiming for right here. Just one flip per piece, and it's done. Right there. I mean, just look at this. Look at it. This is what I'm talking about. You see how this one looks a little bit more cooked, and so does that one, compared to these two? So that's why when I cook it, or I flip them, I should say, I flip this one to the top over here, and then bump this one down, just to get a little bit more even cooking. But like I said, one flip per piece, and that should be more than enough, because I'm not trying to overcook it, because then that's gonna make it even drier than the chicken breast normally is. Right there. So there's one more thing we gotta do before these beauties are completely done cooking. Next, it's time to meal prep the supplements. Now you may be wondering, what the fuck? How do you meal prep supplements? Hear me out now, stay with me. After every workout, I drink my post-workout protein shake. Now, what exactly does that consist of? I'm glad I asked. It consists of milk, banana, oats, protein powder, and creatine. Now, here's the part that really pisses me off. And again, this may be just a me thing, but I'm trying to save time, man. My time is very valuable to me. Maybe not so much for others, but I'm trying to carve off every minute I can to save time. Every single morning, I'm gonna have to do this. Open it, find wherever I left the scoop, all the way down here. 2 scoops of this. All right, done. Close it. Next one. All right, open it. Find wherever the fuck the scoop is. Scoop. All right, close it. And then next thing you know, the oats. Scoop. All right, close it. Man, imagine having to do that every morning. Instead, I'm only gonna open this jar up once per week. I'm gonna open this one once per week. And then same thing with the oats, because if you look over here, here's what I got. I got all these little mini containers ready to be filled. So in all of these containers, I put all the protein powders, all the creatine, all of the oats. So that way, after I'm done, the following day when it's time to make that protein shake, all I gotta do, instead of opening all 3 of these containers and putting 1 or 2 scoops of each, no, all I gotta do is just grab one of these, open it, and pour it all in the blender in one go. Believe me, everyone, it may seem like a bit much, but it really does save time overall. All you gotta do is spend literally less than 5 minutes doing this, and then you're good to go. And boom, just like that, finish them all. So now you have this ready to go. All you gotta do is just take one out, open it, boom, pour it in the blender instead of having to open up each and every one of these containers. Simple. And I forgot to say, I do also add some cinnamon just for a little bit of flavor. I mean, this is the one meal where I actually can taste a little bit, because you know, it's that cookies and cream protein powder. So I definitely wanna be tasting that. And the cinnamon just adds to it, you know, adds a little bit more character. All of that right there was just for the protein shake that I drink after my workout. My last meal of every day, it's another shake. So it's essentially the same thing, just a little bit slight variation. So instead of getting that scrumptious, that tasty cookies and cream protein powder, I'm gonna opt for this one because I got 2. This is that limited time only s'mores optimum nutrition whey from that Costco. I don't even know if they have it anymore. It was limited time. I got it earlier in January, and it's tastes pretty good. It tastes like a s'more. So I'm gonna put that in there and a scoop of collagen peptides. I'm talking about that collagen. Again, little things, doing it for the hair, skin, more so for the skin, because in case for those who haven't known or haven't noticed in my past videos, I break out an awful lot. So I'm gonna do every last thing to, you know, make sure my skin is intact. And then same thing I'm gonna add a scoop of oats. And for all of them, I've been putting half a cup. This little purple scoop is half a cup. Just wanna throw that out there. Again, depending on what your goals are, depending on if you're trying to gain weight, lose weight, you're keto or not, which I don't think you should be. It's gonna vary how much you put of all this stuff, but do what works best for you. Again, I'm just doing this to save time because I hate having to open up. Imagine every morning having to open up the first jar of protein powder, then this protein powder, then the collagen jar, and then the creatine jar, and then the oats jar. Nah, that's gonna take up too much time, especially on those days when you're running late and nothing seems to be going right. That's the one thing I really wanna be avoiding. I forgot, I gotta get these two also. Again, it's the little things like this that save time. A lot of people say, oh no, I don't have time to meal prep. Bullshit, hell yeah, you have time to meal prep. You're just wasting it doing something else. You binge watching Netflix when you could be meal prepping? Yeah, it only takes less than an hour. It's not that much, it's not a deal breaker. I don't know what y'all are complaining about. And again, if you don't wanna look at it time-wise, look at it money-wise. Either you meal prep some good meals at home and take them with you to go, or you're breaking the bank, having to go out to eat every single day. I mean, you do the math, whether it be time or money or both, because time is money. Either way, if you don't meal prep, you're losing. But that's just my honest opinion. Do you, buddy? Boom, last one capped. Now, it's time to go pick up our meat. Should be done cooking by now. And here we go. Everything should be nice and cooked by now. And if it's chicken specifically, you obviously want to be cautious about how cooked it is, because, you know, no one wants salmonella. With steak, you can get away with it, you know, if you're eating a rare, medium rare, or whatever. So what I like to do is I like to just, you know, cut open a few, just kind of trim it. And if it shreds pretty good, then that's a pretty good indication that it's ready to go. Especially the thicker pieces, make sure those are cut into a little bit. Make sure it's all white on the inside and not pink. And from the looks of it, it's all ready to go. So make sure you turn off all the burners, turn off the gas if you are using a grill. There's been a couple times where I forget to turn off the gas, and then the next time I go, my propane tank is empty, so no one wants to go through that. So let's go ahead. Right there, get every bit of your chicken, close it, let it cool off before you obviously clean the grill, because you want to clean the grill after every time you use it, just sanitary reasons and common sense. So right here, we got all of our chicken going. It's just a matter of letting it cool off before you actually start slicing it. For those of you who are gonna be making any type of meat and you're actually gonna be portioning it out and cutting it into Tupperwares or, you know, whatever, make sure you let the meat cool off a little. You don't wanna just cut straight into it, dice it up, because it could dry out the meat. And if you're someone who's having to eat a lot of food, we all already know, eating dry food is not an enjoyable experience. It's gonna be harder to get it down. So, pro tip. There we have it. The rice has now been cooked. As you can see, we still got a lot of steam coming through it. Chicken has already been grilled. And then for the greens, I already packed those. You already saw that. Put them in the mini fridge, because again, vegetables do have to be cold. There you have it, everyone. All in all, it only took right around like 40, 45 minutes to get all this cooking done. Again, first thing, whatever it is that you're gonna be cooking the meat on, have that going first. Get the oven preheated, get the grill on, get it nice and hot, so by the time you're done seasoning and prepping the meat, you can just throw it on the grill, throw it on the pan, throw it in the oven. While all that is cooking, start getting the rice going. Put whatever you want, water, chicken stock, boom, measure out the rice, put all the seasonings, boom. After you're done, let it sit, put a cover on it, let it cook. If you're gonna be eating vegetables or fruits or whatever else, have that going as well. Me personally, I'm gonna go with the big box of salads, boom, portion it out in all the little Tupperware, so that the next day or the next days in the week, you're not having to take out that box, get a handful, put it in Tupperware all at one time. No, just pre-portion it out ahead of time. Once all that is done, go out, check on the meat, flip it, real easy. That's gonna be the only time you're gonna flip it. Come back, get everything else going. If you're someone who eats a lot of powder, supplements, whatever it is, like myself, it makes sense to have all that pre-portion at a time, because again, what you're trying to do is eliminate as many steps as possible that you repeat each day. Every day, I'm gonna have to open up that jar of protein powder. Every day, I'm gonna have to open up the jar of creatine, the oats, the salads. No, I'm trying to eliminate those steps. Only have to open it once per week and have everything portioned out like that. It just saves so much time. So realistically, the only thing that's left to do with this chicken rice is just to chop up the chicken, dice it up, and then portion it out into Tupperwares. Again, I cooked 3 cups of rice, I put 6 cups of liquid, and in the end, it gives me 12 cups of fluffed up rice, and I'm gonna divide that amongst 8 meals, so roughly 1.5 cups of rice per meal. The chicken, I had right around, I'm trying trying to remember. I think it was right around 9 pounds, not 9 pounds, like 5 pounds of just raw chicken. But once you cook it, you lose some water weight. Obviously you calculate however much you want, but I found in the past usually 9 pounds of meat should be able to give me enough cooked weight to the point where I can put right around 8 ounces of cooked chicken across 8 meals. So at the end, you do the math, 8 ounces, 8 meals, 64 ounces of chicken. So it cuts down. You went from 9 pounds, from 5 pounds down to that. You do the math, portion out that way, do you. Comment down below if this video was helpful. Also, comment down below any other video suggestions you have or any other tips specifically for meal prep. What are some good meal prep options that are good on time and efficiency? Because again, that's the name of the game, time efficiency when it comes to meal prep. No one wants to be in the kitchen all day. Everyone wants to get in and get out. Stop making excuses for why you can't meal prep. Yes, you can. You do have the time. You're just spending it and wasting it elsewhere when it should be dedicated to you being in the kitchen, getting those gains. You don't meal prep here, you're gonna have to spend a lot getting outside food in. No one wants that. No one wants to break the bank. No one wants to waste time with that. Because again, time is money. So get it going. Comment down below also any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diet, workout programs, whatever it is, I'd be more than happy to do so. Also, be sure not just to subscribe to this channel, but subscribe to my girlfriend's channel, our couple's channel, so you don't miss out on any new videos, because we have new videos across the board for all 3 channels. For this channel specifically, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so do not miss out. And then for Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Make sure you follow me on my accounts, girlfriend's accounts, couple's accounts. I put all the links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.